Welcome to Star Watch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. In a world where noise dominates fame, one man chooses silence and still conquers everything. The moment Wang Yibo appeared in the new Infinite Challenge 2.0 trailer, the internet stopped. No controversy, no gimmicks, just a quiet smile, a white t-shirt, and a storm of attention. His return didn't just trend, it redefined what it means to be a true star. When the trailer for Infinite Challenge 2.0 was released, no one expected it to cause such an emotional wave. It wasn't loud or extravagant. There were no flashy stunts or over-the-top announcements. It was simply Wang Yibo calm, composed, and effortlessly magnetic. For someone who had been away from the variety show scene for years, his quiet reappearance felt like an old friend stepping back into the spotlight, but with a new kind of light surrounding him. Within hours, social media platforms across Asia, the United States, and Europe flooded with messages of admiration. Hashtags bearing his name trended worldwide. Yet, the fascination wasn't just about his fame. It was about what his presence represented: growth, maturity, and an unspoken strength that only silence can carry. Fans who had followed him from the early days of the Untamed could immediately sense the change. This wasn't the young idol trying to prove himself anymore. What they saw in the trailer was a man who had lived through storms, fallen, and risen again without losing his grace. His laughter was quieter, but more genuine. His eyes no longer sought validation. They reflected understanding. Every small gesture, every slight smile felt deeply intentional, as though he had learned to value simplicity in a world obsessed with noise. The magic of this return lay in its authenticity. There was no sense of performance, only presence. Wang Yibo didn't need dramatic words or exaggerated emotion. The way he interacted with his teammates, the subtle humor in his exchanges, and his effortless confidence spoke volumes. For the audience, it was more than nostalgia. It was recognition. They were not just watching a celebrity, they were witnessing someone who had evolved while staying true to himself. What made this moment powerful was the silence that surrounded it. In a culture that glorifies instant trends and endless self-promotion, his quiet re-entry felt almost revolutionary. It reminded people that strength doesn't always need to shout, and that calmness can be just as captivating as chaos. Wang Yibo's return wasn't about reclaiming attention, it was about redefining what it means to belong. In that brief trailer, he showed the world that sometimes the most extraordinary comeback happens without a single word being spoken. For years, Wang Yibo was known as the man who spoke little but achieved much. His silence became part of his legend, a mystery that drew people in even as it kept them at a distance. Yet when he appeared on Infinite Challenge 2.0, something quietly changed. The same poise and restraint remained, but there was warmth now, a spark of playfulness that felt both surprising and genuine. He laughed more easily, teased his teammates, and showed a side of himself that had rarely been seen before. It wasn't a performance designed to charm an audience. It was a natural unfolding, as if he had finally allowed the world to see the human behind the perfection. In the past, Wang Yibo's composure could seem like a wall, a shield protecting his private world from the glare of fame. But in this show, that wall seemed to melt away. His gestures were softer, his smiles unguarded. When he reached out to help a younger participant who stumbled during a challenge, the moment passed quickly on screen, yet lingered deeply in the minds of those watching. It revealed a man comfortable in his own silence, but also generous in his kindness. The production crew described him as cold outside, but thoughtful inside. And for the first time, audiences could see exactly what that meant. His calmness was not distance, it was depth. His reserve was not pride, it was understanding. What made this new side so moving was its quiet honesty. There was no attempt to reinvent his image, no artificial humor or forced emotionality. Instead, what viewers saw was a person who had matured, who no longer needed to hide behind the idea of being perfect. The once distant star now seemed within reach, not because he had changed who he was, but because he had learned to share a little more of it. This evolution resonated with audiences across different cultures. It was a reminder that true growth is not about becoming louder or more visible, but about finding peace within oneself. In a single episode, Wang Yibo bridged the gap between the man on screen and the person beneath the lights. He showed that silence can carry warmth, that composure can coexist with joy, and that strength sometimes appears most vividly in moments of gentleness. Consistency is not a word that excites headlines, yet for Wang Yibo, it has become the quiet force behind his enduring success. In an industry that thrives on constant reinvention and spectacle, he has chosen a different path, the long, steady climb built on patience, discipline, and authenticity. From his early days as a dancer and singer to his rise as an actor and professional racer, his journey has been less about sudden leaps and more about deliberate steps. Every project, every performance, every lap on the track has carried the same quiet determination that defines him. There is no rush in his rhythm, no desperation in his pursuit of fame. Instead, there is focus, a kind of calm devotion to the craft that speaks louder than any marketing campaign ever could. When he first appeared in the Untamed, the world saw a new kind of leading man, controlled yet vulnerable, reserved yet magnetic. But it was in the Nameless, acting alongside Tony Leung, that his transformation became undeniable. His movements were measured, his expressions precise, and his silence heavy with meaning. Each role, no matter how contrasting, revealed the same inner consistency, an artist who refused to compromise with mediocrity. Away from the screen, his commitment continued on the racetrack. The crashes, the bruises, the hours of solitary training, all became part of his story. And when he once said, "On the track, the wind speaks for me," it wasn't just about racing. It was about life. He doesn't need to explain himself because the results do it for him. This unwavering steadiness sets him apart in a world that often rewards noise over nuance. While others chase trends, he refines his essence. While many rise and fall in cycles of fame, he builds something that lasts, a reputation founded on trust and quiet excellence. His consistency is not mechanical repetition. It is faith in small, honest progress. It shows that greatness is not achieved in sudden bursts of brilliance, but in the daily choice to keep going, even when no one is watching. Wang Yibo's power lies not in the drama of transformation, but in the purity of persistence. His story reminds us that the strongest flame is not the one that burns fastest, but the one that never goes out. Trust is not something that can be bought in the entertainment industry. It is earned slowly, through integrity and quiet consistency. That is why both brands and fans gravitate towards Wang Yibo. In a world where image is often louder than substance, he has built a reputation grounded in authenticity. Companies see in him not just a celebrity face, but a man who represents reliability, a quality rare and invaluable in modern fame. His partnerships never feel like transactions. They feel like shared values. Whether he is representing a luxury fashion house or a sports brand, there is always an alignment between who he is and what he endorses. For fans, the connection runs even deeper. They admire him not because he shouts his achievements, but because he lives them. His humility, professionalism, and refusal to exploit attention make people feel safe investing their emotions in him. He reminds them that fame can still coexist with decency, that success can be quiet and honest. In this sense, Wang Yibo is more than a global icon, he is a promise kept. His name has become a symbol of trust in an age when trust itself feels fleeting, and that is perhaps the most powerful brand of all. The essence of Wang Yibo's journey lies not in fame or victory, but in quiet transformation. Behind the spotlight, he has grown from a disciplined performer into a man of calm wisdom. Every silence, every measured action, carries the weight of humility, a rare grace in an industry that often rewards arrogance. His strength is not loud, and his confidence is never forced. It comes from knowing who he is, from understanding that real success is not about standing above others, but standing firm within oneself. Wang Yibo's focus has always been his compass. He does not chase attention. He follows purpose. Whether on set or on the racetrack, he is fully present, devoted, patient, unshakable. There is a sense of stillness in him, the kind that comes only from long battles fought quietly. That stillness is what draws people to him. It reminds them that greatness can be peaceful, that ambition can coexist with kindness, and that humility is not weakness, but depth. His story is not about rising to fame. It is about remaining grounded while the world spins around him. In his silence, people find strength. In his focus, they find clarity. The entertainment world is filled with loud voices and fleeting fame, but sometimes the ones who say the least end up leaving the strongest echo. Wang Yibo's return reminds us that success doesn't need noise. It needs clarity, patience, and purpose. And maybe that's why millions across the world saw the trailer and felt something deeper than excitement. They felt peace, admiration, and hope. Thank you for watching this story of resilience and grace. If Wang Yibo's quiet strength inspired you today, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel 9Dragon. More inspiring stories, untold truths, and heartfelt journeys are on the way. Stay tuned, stay kind, and remember, sometimes silence speaks the loudest.